What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're back at it today. You know, race season's upon us, but need to do some maintenance on some of these things. The tow pig, the trailer, all the race cars to get ready for race season. And I decided, so I bought my trailer back in, I think it was 2012 or 2013, bought it brand new. And whole trailer's been good to me. In the first probably 5 years that I owned the trailer, every year I would go and treat the boards on the trailer. And the last few years I've slacked off on it and not done it, and the wood's showing its age. So as you can tell, there's some holes in the boards there, and the boards are starting to get pretty warped. You can see the gaps and stuff in them. All the boards are starting to shrink up pretty good. So we're gonna do some maintenance on this thing. And I already started, I welded some D-rings on here, because the way I would strap the trailer down or strap the cars down before, I would hook into these little loops here. Well, then whenever I would hook into the bottom of it and then the strap would roll over, the strap would just end up getting cut. So I was going through about two sets of straps a year. And yeah, it's just getting expensive. So I think it's time, aside from the furniture, I think it's time to give the trailer a little refresh. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put new boards on it, and I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna paint the trailer again. The trailer does have some rust on it, but it's nothing real bad. It's just surface rust where the paint's gotten real thin, you know, because the sun's been beating on it. And you know, there's some rust spots here from rock chips and such, and then a couple, you know, welds have broken, so we got to fix that up and whatnot. So we're just gonna freshen the trailer up. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna get some new boards for this. I'll treat them just like I normally did with my Thompson water seal. We're gonna pull all the stickers, the reflectors and stuff off of it. I might try and do some stuff up here with the jack, because the jack's a little iffy currently. And then I want to move this, so I think I'm gonna move the spare tire off to this corner here. That way we can put a winch on the front of it. And then we're gonna weld some D-rings up here on the front too, to make it a little easier to pull from instead of using these holes here. And yeah, we're just gonna prep this trailer and get it painted up. We'll sand it all down and stuff. I'm gonna use the Van Sickle, my poor man's powder coat, but I don't know if I'll rattle can it or if I'm gonna end up mixing this up in a paint gun and actually painting it, spraying it. Probably put it out in the yard. The downfall of spraying it like that is the Van Sickle paint's really heavy, so it's gonna blow around, so I won't be able to have any cars outside or nothing like that. I'll probably just throw it back in the back part of the yard, run a hose out in the middle of the yard, and set her out there and just spray it. Basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get everything stripped down. We'll start sanding this thing, and I'll show you kind of where we're going with the paint. We'll get it sprayed, and then we'll throw some new boards in this thing, see how nice we can make this trailer look. So Harbor Freight was running a sale, and I felt probably was a good time to go ahead and buy a couple things for the trailer. So we bought a tongue toolbox for it. That way we can put all of our ratchet straps and everything in there, mount a battery and everything in it as well for a winch. And then I got a couple things to try and fasten the winch to the trailer, but make it to where I can remove it. But this is all stuff we're gonna add onto the trailer. So I'm gonna get some of this unboxed. We'll go out and we'll set it on the trailer and kind of see how it's all gonna lay out. All right, so we set the box up on there. I actually had to cut the old spare tire mount shit off. A couple years ago, I ran into this bar on the front of the trailer and pushed it forward, split the welds, bent the spare tire, and then here recently I had to like reinforce it and add a couple plates because it split this pipe. I'm gonna clean up this weld stuff back here. There's a bunch of weld back here I need to clean off, get that flat. That way I can get the trailer back a little bit further, or get the toolbox back a little bit further, and then we'll unbox the winch and kind of see how all that's gonna lay out and see how we're gonna mount it. Got dark on me. We've been out there messing with the trailer and decided I was gonna start fabricating the piece to fasten the winch to on the front of it. So I bought a couple pieces, and this is kind of how it's gonna go together. Let me show you what I got. All right, so here's my two little pieces. This is like a bumper pull thing. I cut it in half to make it short, and then this is gonna weld on the front of the C-channel that's at the front. So the little headache bar is up here where the old spare tire used to be. This will go up in the front, put me a little weld here, a little weld here, and then that'll stay stationary on the front of the trailer. And then this is the plate that comes with the winch that you can like fasten it to some boards on the front of a trailer or whatever. But I want mine to be removable, like I said, because I don't want it to get in the way of anything. I don't want anybody trying to steal it. So I took one of my old bent receiver hitches, cut it down, took that piece, and then welded it to the base of this. So then you'll go in, you slide this in here, throw a pin in it like normal, and then the winch will sit there. You can pull it up, and then when you get done, you just pull the pin, pull the winch out, and put the winch, store it wherever you want. And then this, like I said, this will stay on the trailer permanently because it's going to get welded onto. A man could probably honestly bolt it to it. But I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm just going to weld it on there. And, you know, if I decide that it gets in the way. But, I mean, who's not going to want a winch and who doesn't want a removable one? You know, like get it out of your way. I got this bar cut out. I was going to section in a piece where it was broken and bent, but I couldn't find anything local that would slide over the outside diameter of the tubing and anything that would slide over it, because I was just going to sleeve it and then weld it in. And then the more I got to looking around and stuff, it was just easier just to cut that whole section out. Well, in the midst of cutting that out, then this piece broke off. So I got to straighten this back up. I got all the welded areas grinded down, and we'll tack this back in place once I get this all straightened out. And then we'll put the new piece of 2x3 rectangular tubing in there, weld that in, and then it'll be nice and rigid. And it's actually, this stuff I think was like 73 thousandths thick is what this was. It was like, I don't remember what gauge it was, whatever that measures out to. But the new stuff I got is actually 1/8 inch thick. So it'll be a little bit thicker, which will add some rigidity to that front bar. It won't flap around quite as much as that one did, but we're still gonna add the standoffs in the center to add some rigidity to it. So I got this all grinded down. This is where this is gonna go. We're gonna weld this in up here, and then the middle 2x4 will actually slide underneath of it. So we got the new bar welded in. Got it all welded in place here. We'll obviously wire brush all that, and then this will all have to get sanded and prepped. Yeah, we got her all welded in, nice and good like. We got this piece welded in, obviously. Got our D-rings added on the front, and that'll make strapping the cars down a little bit easier. That one I got to put a little bit more weld on. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the toolbox in and get these little gusset bars welded in place here. So I got to set the toolbox, and then I'll determine where I want those little bars. And this toolbox, like I said, is going to be big enough to be able to put your winch in, and then hopefully put a little battery tray in there, and then all the wiring and stuff for the winch, and then you can throw all your ratchet straps and all that stuff in there, and keep everything out of the weather for the most part. It's coming together. It's going to be a nice little trailer, and she won't look like she's 15 years old anymore. So we got the trailer all prepped, and got all the stickers removed, the lights and everything, the wiring and all that stuff. And the glue on these stickers, these DOT stickers, is a huge pain in the ass. We got it all wiped down. I wire brushed all the rusty spots. Luckily the trailer wasn't super rusty on the exterior, and I was going to paint all the bottom side of it and the bars underneath the wood and stuff, and I may still undercoat them, but for now I was getting really impatient. Race season's here and I'm trying to go racing, and I can't do anything because my trailer's in pieces. So I just said, the hell with it. We're just gonna scuff it up and shoot it. I was gonna get real picky with it and try and make it look like a really, really nice trailer. And it just wasn't in the cards for me, especially with the way the weather is and having to paint it outside. So that just wasn't gonna work for me. But anyways, let me show you. We got it all stripped, and we got 2 coats of paint put on. I put 2 coats of paint on one half of the trailer yesterday, and then came out today because it started getting ready to rain. So I needed to get it done as fast as I could. So I got one half of it done yesterday and doing the other half of it today. So let me show you what it looks like. So we did the Van Sickle gloss black. Looks pretty good. I didn't paint the jack or nothing because I'm probably gonna end up replacing that. And then I tried to paint up inside the front part of the tongue. Not like it really matters. None of this stuff under here you'll see once the wood's on top of it. Like I said, I may go through here and undercoat all this. This is the side that's fresh that I just sprayed. And it was a little more shiny yesterday with the other side, so I don't know if my mixture was a little better yesterday because I didn't even pay attention to how to mix it. You can see the fenders have lots of like chips and stuff in the old paint and all that, and I'll show you why I wasn't real worried about that. Anyways, I gotta go get some wood. I'll let all this dry. This should take, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours to dry. This side over here is already dry. But yeah, this side was like it dried and had a really good sheen to it. But the other side I'm not real fond of, and I don't know if it's just because it's still pretty wet, or like I said, maybe my mixture was a little off. But looks pretty good for an old trailer. So it's 12 years old at this point, and it's getting its first paint job after 12 years. So we got the trailer back here, and we're swinging up to Home Depot. We're gonna grab some wood for this thing, and we got all of our wiring and stuff. Man, I got stuff all over me. We got all of our wiring done, and we got all of our reflective decals put on it and everything. So now all the lights work, everything's good there. And then we're gonna go grab some wood. And I've got the trailer. I'm just gonna stack it on the trailer because I don't really have anything to put it in or put it on to transport it other than the trailer, because they're gonna be 16-foot long boards. So we're just gonna strap it down on the empty trailer here. Well, let me show you what this thing looks like. And we're gonna take them home, and we're gonna stain all the boards and all that stuff. Put some Thompson water seal. I say stain them. We're gonna put some Thompson water seal on them, and hopefully make it look pretty good. Let me show you what it looks like. But as you can tell, we got the grip tape and everything on it, looking pretty good. Still got to paint the wheels, and we got center caps on order. But yeah, all the wiring's done, everything looks good. But let's go grab some boards and see if we can make this thing look better. Well, it started raining on us, but we got our new boards. I just slid them up on there and kind of run some straps over them. But boy, let me tell you, that's starting to look like a new trailer. We'll get them home and get them out of the rain, and then we'll throw them up on some sawhorses tomorrow and put some sealer on them, hopefully, if it's not raining. And then we'll run out and get some new screws, get them screwed to the deck, and button up this trailer restoration. All right, guys, look at this thing. So we got we got the boards all cut down. We got them sealed up with Thompson water seal. We got 1 row of screws there, 1 row of screws there. We had to drill a pilot with a 7/32 drill bit. And then I've got to repaint these straps here. This is what holds the wood on the Dove and the back end of the wood on the trailer. So I'm gonna get these wire brushed, and I gotta go run up and grab some more paint. We'll get those painted, and then I've still got to repaint the ramps as well. And then I got to go get more screws. Somehow I ended up losing half dozen screws. Each board will have its own screw in it, just not all of them will be across the top of the rail. Some of them will be underneath of it. So all the boards will be held down with screws in them, and they'll hopefully stay straight, because some of the old boards kind of did this number, and I'm gonna try and keep from doing that. But we got them sealed, everything's looking good. Still waiting on our center caps to come in, and then we'll get the wheels painted, and this trailer job will be done. All right, guys, so I think that's gonna finish off this video. We got the ramps touched up with a little bit of rattle can, and then I used the same Van Sickle paint. I just didn't spray it out of a gun, but I just touched them up a little bit, gave them a little fresh coat, and then we've got the toolbox essentially mounted and ready for us to put a battery in for our winch and stuff. And then we still got to paint the wheels and whatnot, but that's not a huge deal. But I think this is gonna finish off the video. Well, here she is, all freshened up. Got the new toolbox and stuff mounted. That'll be good for whenever we're trucking on down the road. And then my little winch mount kind of hidden back there behind the toolbox. But we got all the boards on. Like I said, we put a fresh coat of paint on there as well. Wheels are gonna get a fresh coat of paint, but I'm waiting on some stuff to come in for those. And I just don't think that's a real important thing for the video. But all in all, this thing looks like a brand new trailer. I tell you what, this thing looks pretty good. Nice and shiny. Nice and shiny. Full trailer revamp. I think all in all, with paint, materials, new stickers, the grip tape, and hardware, and I think that was pretty much it as far as, oh, and then the boards. The boards were $197. So I'm about $250, $265 in paint job making this thing look like a brand new trailer versus a 12-year-old trailer. So not too bad for 250 bucks, but that's pretty good looking trailer. It's gonna look even better with the black wheels. Well, that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep following along. Don't forget, comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.